How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another YouTube video. In this one, I wanted to interview one of our success stories coming out of our high-level systems program. His name is, my goodness, his name is Lucas, and Lucas has been able to nearly double his business within a week of joining us. So he's gone from $20,000 a month up to 40, and my projection is that within 3 to 6 months, he'll easily reach that $80,000 a month level, which puts him at a 7-figure yearly mark. He's done this by following our instructions, going all in with our training, trusting our ability as coaches to guide him and help him make good decisions. And really, it's been primarily adjusting his offer, making him very clear on a new, more scalable consulting offer, as well as getting very clear on his metrics, on his funnel, as well as his marketing processes more organically, so he knows his cost per call, so we can start to predictably scale. And then also there's just some mindset changes that he's made after joining our program, after being surrounded with our community, the high standard, the high standard we have for our coaches, for our community, for the sorts of people that we allow to lead this group. So it's been an absolute pleasure seeing Lucas over just like the past 8 days completely transform his business. And I'm extremely encouraged as, a leader, a mentor, and a coach for our clients. And it's honestly just validating to see somebody take our methods to the wall and start to see success with them. So more than likely within 6 months, we're going to have an update interview with Lucas where he's going to be doing, $70,000, $80,000, $90,000 a month because he's a smart guy. And even if you're just getting started and you're not already doing $20,000 a month, having that clarity, that certainty, that focus, that vision of exactly what you're supposed to do and how to do it, as opposed to trying to figure it all out yourself, is worth the investment. It's worth the time. I've personally spent over $100,000 on my own self-education, and that's what's enabled me to grow my business, help other people, get the sorts of results for my own company back when I was running my own agency or even my own other businesses, as well as now consulting our clients on there. So enjoy this interview, watch it in full, bring a pen and a pad. If you'd like to meet Lucas and you'd like to be a part of our community, you're welcome to schedule your free one-to-one consult with us regarding the high-level systems program. There's absolutely nothing to lose other than maybe a little bit of time. If you're not a good fit, we'll be honest because our reputation is on the line. As a program, we really just look for people that we know we can help tangibly, and there's a clear game plan for how we're going to be able to help them, whether they're a beginner, they're already established, whether they're a coach or an agency owner. That's what we do. So schedule your call down below. Don't wait. You really have only 2 options. You can either do it yourself, trying to figure everything else out on your own, or you can schedule a call, get our help, and get started with us as soon as possible to just cut straight to the meat and get results quickly. So if that sounds good, book your call. Otherwise, enjoy this interview with one of our clients, Lucas. All right, Mr. Lucas. What's up, brother?
What's up, man?
Welcome to the channel. Congrats on your
Thank you.
success so far. Yeah, it's been pretty awesome to watch. I mean, you've barely gotten started with us, and you've already added a load of revenue to your business and gotten a lot of clarity. So I'm looking forward to walking through your successes so far. And whether someone is or isn't planning on joining us, I still want this to be a valuable video for them. So if you wouldn't mind giving us a walkthrough of really your experience so far, what you've learned, what you've taken away from joining us, as well as just kind of diving into some of the tactical ideas that you think have allowed you to move forward so quick. I'd love if you would kind of break it down for our viewers.
Yeah, of course. First of all, let me say, I don't think I have been in for 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks probably. So yeah, when I joined, I had my problem was that I just hit the plateau. So I couldn't get past the 20K mark. So as we spoke about before, I got over some month and got under some, but always around 20K a month.
Mm-hmm.
So I felt like I need to do something different. I need to rethink my strategy because I've done, my work has always been sign clients and done everything for them. So
Right.
The first thing we did after joining, I watched all the videos that you recorded, and before
awesome.
doing the coaching calls, we you kind of broke down I think you said after 2 minutes, dude, I know what you're doing wrong. So
yeah, most of our clients when they join, I'm I just ask questions, and the way that we coach, it's very formulaic, if that formatted. It's not just opinion. we
Yeah.
narrow it down. So it's either you don't know your numbers, that's typically one of the things, you are unfocused, you don't have like a clear offer, you have a limiting belief of some kind, like an identity issue, or you're comfortable, or you have too many like you've got grass is greener syndrome. It's
Yeah.
literally that's 90% of the time what it is. So you came in and you were telling me you're working with a bunch of different clients, and I knew
Yeah.
immediately, dude, focus, one offer, one marketing process. I knew your problem immediately. So it's cool to see you get results so quick. I mean, I'm able to point results out to people, but I want to give you credit. Not everybody takes those calls and actually moves the needle so quickly, which is why I wanted to get an interview with you early on. I know that 8 months from now, 12 months from now, we'll have another interview where you're doing like 6 figures a month. I just know it's coming because you've got insane clarity right now. But I wanted
Yeah.
to catch I wanted to catch you early before I had to pay you for that interview.
Yeah.
So so yeah, it's that's a good breakdown so far. Tell me more about, the specifics of what you've changed and what's changed since you've joined us.
Yeah. So first of all, like we slimmed down our offer. We have one offer now, or we have two like different kinds of offer. The first one is that we do the work for them, or the other one is that we coach them on how to do it.
Yep.
So I first of all, like I have never sold a coaching program or like a coaching offer to a client in my agency. So that like, and I done it now. So like in
Nice.
these 2 weeks, that's a just just that part alone is so crazy to me. But I think the most important thing, except for the offer, was my self-image, like on how to run the business.
Mm.
So we spoke before about like how where I'm at right now, I can't take it much further. I need to change myself to be able to actually change the business.
Right.
So that's I've been working a lot on just that part alone and seeing the results there as well. So when I meet my like new clients, for example, I see myself in a different way because I know what I'm doing is like super valuable and super helpful, and I don't underprice myself like I done before. Like
Mm.
when I joined, I had like a few clients that were paying like $300 a month, and in this
Yeah.
time we cut them off, and I actually sold my first. How much was it? It's
It's like $7,500 collected, right? Total.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I
So
don't
there's
think that's enough
something
though. I think
happens.
it's more.
Was it more than $7,500?
Yeah. Because it's 75K Swedish crowns.
Oh, so that's like $10,000.
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. So like that's 5 figures US. So something happens, and we see this so much, dude, with clients that join us, whether they're already running a business or they're just getting started. We save so much time for our clients, and it's a mental thing. I don't even believe
Yeah.
that there's anything special about us. It's just we know how the world works. If you give yourself permission to do little things and like to be little to your clients, it's hard to also, in the same thought, give yourself permission to do big things for clients. So if you've got a $300 a month client or like $100 a month client, and I actually had an onboarding call today with another group of people that I want to connect you with who are in a program now. Two guys that are running, they're doing about 10,000 a month and they're wanting to scale with us. And I've got another guy who's at scratch and he's got a huge podcast and he's wanting to like launch an offer. And both of them were like he was thinking about running a $500 offer. And these guys that are doing 10,000 a month, they've got 20 clients paying them like $700 a month. I'm like, that's insane to me.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of headaches.
It's tons of headaches.
Yeah.
So really getting down to the core of what you do, Lucas, I think was the secret. It was understanding that you bring more value than you've been accepting so far to your clients. You are a valuable resource. And if you don't treat yourself like a valuable resource, your clients are kind of going to stomp on you a little bit and not pay you what you're worth. It's like, who sets the frame? You or the client, right? If the client sets the frame, you're going to get underpaid, you're going to be overworked. But if, and I showed you on our onboarding call and we've walked you through in our sales training, like how to actually set the frame. So if you wouldn't mind
Game changer.
walk us through what that has done for you, man.
From just like taking any sales calls before, I just went like gut feeling, basically just talked about what comes to mind. And sometimes I asked questions, but most of the time it was mostly them like leading the meeting. So like understanding that if I have a clear frame on how this meeting should go and where I want to take them in this meeting to get them to a point where, okay, now is the perfect time to actually make the offer and close them basically. So so that's probably ramped up my closing rate, like the like I would say probably like double. Like I think I had like a 15% closing rate in my meetings previously, and now I'm about like 33%.
And you're tracking that?
Yeah. So
Good.
I have tracked that. Yeah.
Good. Are you using our tracking sheet or do you have your own?
I use Monday, so I have my own.
Okay, cool. Well, either way, as long as you actually know for sure that you've got that tracked.
Yeah.
That's so. I didn't even know your closing rate doubled. I thought you were just charging more. So you literally your closing rate doubled, and you're able to charge these higher prices now because you're setting the tone on your calls.
Yeah, dude. Like I haven't even got any weird responses on when like I present the price of the like the offer.
Yep.
No, I thought like this would be like they would just walk away, but they're like, yeah, makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like
when you take charge and you set the tone, man,
yeah,
people
and
respond.
I literally just before I took like 1/8 of the price I take now.
That's
So I like I think if I do like a 30-day monk mode,
yeah.
dude.
Dude, I would encourage you. I just started mine today. I'm like 4 hours into my workday now. I've like recorded a ton of new course content. I've done some one-on-ones with clients. Dude, I would encourage you. If you do monk mode, plus you've just joined our program, plus now you've raised, like, dude, you'll have
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you'll have like a $70,000 a month if you really go all in. So I would encourage it, dude. I would encourage it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Well, sweet, dude. So walk me through the next 6 months to 12 months for you now that you've made some changes in your business. How do you project this going? What are some I mean, you know, we can be up high in the clouds and excited, but also let's talk about maybe some of the next challenges you feel like you're going to face, if you can think of any right now. Walk us through the highs and lows of the next like year of your business. What do you think it's going to look like?
A problem that I'm like been thinking about is that we're changing the offer so much. We have a bunch of clients that are still on like the old program. So that will just keep going until like I feel I have enough with the new offer, so we can actually just remove all the old stuff and in with the new stuff. So I think that will be like a work in progress for the next couple of months. But I feel like if I just or another problem or like a challenge that I will face is just to get the new agency meetings in the level I want, to like the amount of meetings for the agency. I think if I can figure that out to get like maybe 3-4 meetings every day, that would be awesome. But cool. So that's like a roadblock for me now, where I'm like trying to figure out how I'm gonna get there. But sweet. I also know that it won't be a problem because I've already put in place everything I need for it. I just need to push I just need to push run go. The ads, basically.
Yeah, just got to push go. Yeah, I understand. Yeah. And we're here to support you as you build that process, dude. So if you need anything, just let us know. And maybe I'll end the interview a little early so that we can do a little coaching and help make it happen. But
yeah.
Cool. So really, you feel like the main bottleneck is just getting rid of the old clients that don't quite fit the new frame that you're going for.
Yeah, and a problem there as well is probably, I don't think that would be a problem though, like for the people I signed before to see like the new version of me and the agency. I think that would be some like, they would probably have some resistance to that, but I don't think overall that would be so weird because they know like how our journey has been like to get here, and they know we're super hardworking, so it's probably not a problem actually.
Okay, cool. And even if you lose, so I mean, you know, your average client retainer, I remember when you first joined, you said it was like $1,000 or like $800. It was like something like that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so, dude, I mean, you can literally lose like 7 or 8 of those and replace it with one new sale of your new thing. Yeah. So just a little live coaching, how I would do that. Get all of your clients either on a Slack channel or in a Zoom call and introduce the new model of how you guys are operating. encourage people to book a call with you if they're interested. Make sure they know that there's only about 60 days left on their current plan. Give them that window to find a new agency or do whatever they got to do.
Yeah.
And encourage, if they want to move into your new model, to book a call. So I think what's going to happen there is you're going to move all of your clients. And this is just my instinct. This is how I'd handle it if I were in your situation. I think you're writing yourself a $20,000 to $30,000 US check by doing that. And you're also, at the same hand, it's two birds, one stone, getting rid of those clients that just aren't serving your new higher purpose as a business owner and aren't going to feed you into those 6-figure months. So that's what I would do, to live Zoom or Slack channel, or even just one-on-one, spend 3 days back to back, hitting one-on-one calls with clients, get the tone right, set the tone on these meetings, say, hey, here's what we're going to do on this meeting. We're going to figure out if you're a good fit for our new thing. If not, I'm going to give you 60 days to find a new agency. Does that sound good to you? And then you move in almost to a sales call setting with your existing clients. I mean, and that should be a $20,000, $30,000 check like that.
Yeah,
get rid of
probably a lot of the clients we have would be a good fit for the new offer as well. So I don't see a reason why that shouldn't work. Because we've proven to them over a couple months, or like a lot of months, that we can do like the delivery, like we can get them results, and we can just ramp that up by applying this. So
do it. I mean, a little bit of coaching on the call here, but do that and let me know how it goes.
Yeah, for sure.
Do it. Well, cool. So, I mean, it's a pretty simple interview. I mean, you've seen a lot of success. You joined us, about a week and a half ago, just over a week,
dude.
which is just crazy.
Yeah.
And just kudos to you, brother. You took a lot of action. You did what we told you to do, and you took it to the moon as quickly as possible, which is, we try to set the tone. We try to help make that happen. But at the end of the day, the responsibility is on your shoulders to get results. So I just want to say congrats. And like, I have mad respect for how quickly you've moved. Looking back at how long you've been running your agency, what do you wish you knew then that you know now? Because you've been running this for a while. I mean, from what I know, it's about a year that you were running your business and you were kind of plateaued at that level. What do you kind of wish you knew then that you now know? It's an interesting question that I kind of like to ask, just to get very clear on what specifically you might have taken away from getting our help, even just a week and a half in.
Yeah, and I know the answer to this question. So for the longest time, I was always searching for the perfect like software, or the perfect like ad strategy, or like all these,
or SOPs or something.
Yeah, like I thought that was like the thing that the big agencies knew that I didn't know, and that would like move the needle. But after joining, I realized, like, dude, it's so simple. Like the things you need to like apply it's so simple, but it could be very hard to actually apply it. But once you do, you will definitely see some changes. So that would be like the main thing. I thought I was sure about, like, it's definitely like they know how to run like magic Facebook ads, or like these like crazy things, but it comes down to like yourself, and like how you, like, first of all, how you feel, how you're doing, and how you see yourself as well. And that will like totally be a result of how your business is going as well.
It's so good you say that, dude. Like when I'm training our coaches in our program, because it's not just me coaching, right? I'm helping them understand, look, though you have your specific technical like sales, or like the funnel, like if you want to build the funnel, we've got that coach. With the organic methods we have for getting clients, getting calls, we've got that coach. We've got pretty much everything front to back. We've got a coach for it that is really good and has done it themselves, right?
Yeah.
But when I'm coaching them, because I coach my coaches to coach well, it's a bit of like a paradox. But I'll say, look, you are providing strategies, but really what you're trying to do, man, is you're helping people understand where their false beliefs lie, so that you can address them at their core, and then equip them with action steps after you've addressed their false beliefs. So literally, it's so funny, Lucas, when you joined the program and when Brendan briefed me on you and he shared like where you're at, I was like, dude, I know exactly what this guy needs. And then we had our onboarding call, and I was like, it confirmed that I knew exactly what you needed. And it's just been a cool experience, dude. And I think whether somebody's at scratch or they're already doing 20,000 a month like you are, either way, getting that clarity, I don't know, walk me through what that clarity has done for you in terms of a business owner. How do you feel now that you kind of have a clearer idea of where you need to go? Like Lucas 3 weeks ago versus Lucas now, what's the feeling towards your business?
Yeah, so now I know for sure that like the 100K month isn't that far off.
Mm-hmm.
And I know like I remember just like thinking about it so hard, like, dude, how do like some agencies go to the like the maximum top? Like, how do they get there? And now I feel like, dude, it's just a matter of time before I'm there myself. And
That's so cool, dude.
and that's something I can say like with confidence now. And I know I will get there, and that's the craziest part. And I also want to address it to like the people watching this, that I remember like hearing these types of things like in interviews, in like YouTube videos. I think I saw it on your channel as well. Like when people say like, oh, it's so simple, like the things you need to change. Um, I know you're just thinking like it's bullshit, you complete bullshit, but it's actually so it's when you just think about like how can you make it so simple for both yourself and to your clients, everything will get so much easier.
When you say simple, let me dig into that. What was
Yeah.
complex that is now simple? Like, what were you making too complex, and what do you now view as simple? Because you're saying simple, and I want to make sure that you're heard correctly from our viewers. They're thinking, okay, Lucas says it's simple. What is simple?
Yeah.
What was complex that is now simple? Walk me through that.
Yeah. So first of all, like almost everything, but like we had like in our agency, we had like the or like processes for how we do things, the operation of everything
Mm-hmm.
is pretty good, and it was that before as well. But what we made so simple was basically what offers we made, because like before we had like we offered pretty much everything, and we had different prices for each client depending on like how big they were, how small they were. Like it was just a headache to keep like track of everything. And also trying to figure out when you're on a sales meeting, a sales call, and trying to figure out like, oh, what service should I throw at this client? Like it was just a mess. And also when it comes to delivery, because when you have a lot of like you're selling a lot of different things, you have to deliver a lot of different things as well. So now when just by like, okay, this is our focus, this is how we do things, this how we sell this, and this is how we deliver that service. It's just one focus that I like need to if I have a laser focus on this thing and everything like around this thing, that's basically it.
I love it for you, brother. That is so cool. And it's so affirming, I can tell you, as a coach, as a mentor, as somebody that, I mean, we've created 3 millionaires out of our program. So like we're not child's play here. We know what the frick we're doing. But it's so reaffirming to hear that a simple minded focus on your bit. People almost want it to be complicated subconsciously because they're afraid that it's been simple all along.
Yeah,
right?
for
And
sure.
it's
Yeah,
they need somebody to tell them, look, man, you've been making it too complicated, because what you've tried to do is you've tried to throw a bunch of stuff at the wall and you're trying to see what sticks, when in reality everything's been sticking. You just keep throwing stuff for some reason, so you just need to pick one thing. And so once we get somebody to pick one form of marketing, one offer, one way of selling, it changes not just the structure of their business, but it makes their life more simple, dude. Like now they can think again, they can sleep again. And it makes like
yeah,
the founder of Amazon, Jeff Bezos, he says he measures his company with 3 KPIs. It's like, it's simple. How many customer refund requests do they get, or like support tickets, shipping time, and then usability of the UI, meaning how quickly can someone go from searching a product to buying it, right?
yeah,
So those are the only metrics for a multi-$100 billion company. Those are the only metrics.
yeah,
And so it's like with your own business, this is why we teach you cost per call. What's it cost to get a call? What's your average client worth? How do you build an offer that you can sell higher level, higher ticket? Asking these simple questions so we can move you forward. So, dude, it's just cool to see your success. I wanted to catch you really early before you get like too successful and you're just like, screw you, Trey, I don't need you anymore, because it's gonna happen. I guarantee it. You're gonna fly, dude. But I'm looking forward to a follow-up interview 6 months to a year from now when you're just flying colors. is there anything that you want to sort of like bestow onto a beginner, somebody who's maybe just getting started with their own coaching business or their own, consulting business, that you'd love to sort of just hand down as, hey, this is what I learned doing it wrong for this long. If you could just trust me and do it this way instead, what would that be?
Before I go into that, could you just tell the people watching this the story about the being a baby, learn to walk, and running a business?
So this is something I told Lucas, man, so we have onboarding calls with all of our clients, and I just really set the tone extremely quickly for them. And I told Lucas, I said, look, man, at some point you were a baby and you learned to walk because you saw everyone walking, and that was your minimum hygiene standard. Like as a baby, you start crawling, but then you get up on your legs, you fall, you bump your head on something, you get hurt, you're crying. It's hard, it's tough, but you make it a standard as a baby to learn to walk. And walking, inarguably, is a more complicated process than running a business. For me to stand up right here, use the right muscles at the right tension points, use the right tendons, my joint to activate, the subconscious process of all the muscles moving at the right time and the right amount of pressure, when to lift which foot, where to put the next one, avoiding obstacles along the way. I mean, the amount of math that goes into walking is more complicated than running $1 million a year business. And you learned how to walk as a baby. As a baby, you learned how to walk. As adults, as free men, conscious thinkers now that we're not babies, we have the choice what our standard is. And I told Lucas, I said, look, man, your standard so long has been this level that you've been at, these $700 a month clients, these tiny pursuits. You have to learn to run a business like you learned to walk as a baby, and be inspired by your baby self that he learned how to walk. If you as a little toddler can learn how to walk, you as a young man, or you as a business owner, young woman, whatever you might be listening to this video, you can learn how to run a large business, guaranteed, because it is less complicated than walking. And I learned that, I think, from Jim Rohn, by the way. So that's not even my thing, just FYI.
No, that's a good one. That's a good one. But to get back to the question, like what I would say to the people actually watching this, first of all, I know for sure that everyone who's watching this can be at this position as well. And like, it's not a question about how, like, everyone can get to this level. They just need to, as we spoke about, like this entire interview, like figure out like what you like doing, and like how you can make an offer by like providing the value that you actually know, and just focus on just getting meetings and actually selling that offer to them. And from that, like, you will actually see, like, you probably need to make some changes along the way. I probably will do the same thing in my journey as well. But I think like if you come to that level, like you will be fine. It's just a matter of time then. So I imagine like a lot of people start off like I did, like just offering all bunch of stuff, like just trying to get something that works for every client. But I promise you that will be like slowing you down a bunch compared to like just focus on one thing. And I know that probably sounds scary. It was scary for me because like I knew like if I pick one offer, like I will lose a bunch of potential clients.
Like what if it's the wrong offer?
Yeah, exactly. And like how if no one buys this offer, what do I do now? So first of all, you will probably realize that the offer that you're like presenting to them is probably going to be a good fit either way. Because if you just thought about what you're offering and getting meetings that are like you think it will be a fit, then it's a no-brainer. So even if it's scary, focus on one thing, do that one thing, and scale it up. Because dude, like and when you have the process for doing that thing, you can scale that to the moon.
Yes. To end the interview, I'll end it here, and we'll have our update interview 6 months from now when you're a millionaire.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding, but maybe not. The grass is greener where you water it. Grass is greener syndrome with consultants, coaches, whatever it is that you're doing. It's new niche, new offer, new whatever. Grass is greener where you water it. One marketing process, whether it's email, ads, YouTube, podcast, Facebook group, LinkedIn, I could care less. One offer. Is it coaching? Is it consulting? Is it done for you? Which we lean towards coaching in our program because we think it scales way better. Lucas is experiencing that. And I imagine your clients are going to have just as good experience, if not even better than when they were working with you, done for you. And we
Yeah.
help you make that happen.
Yeah.
One offer, one marketing process, one mindset, one state of being as a business owner, excited, grateful, content, showing up every single day. One way of doing life. It makes life easy, it makes business easy, it makes your goals easy. The grass is greener where you water it, not on the other side of the fence, not on the other lawn. You know, you start looking for other places to settle, you start looking for other grasses, but you realize that what you've got is right in front of you. You've got your grass, and it's your job to water it. You are the captain of your ship, you're the master of your soul. Your job is to water where you are at right now.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
I'm glad that aligns with you, dude, because I think when somebody takes that and they implement it, it changes their life and their business. This isn't just business stuff. This is also life talk. Like one business, one way, one set of friends, one spouse, right? One place of living. Dig in, dig deep. That's going to give you a better lifestyle and a better business. And it's a principle to apply across the board. So hopefully that's a good way to wrap up the interview for you, Lucas. Hopefully that feels aligned with what you've learned so far.
For sure.
Thanks for joining, dude. And appreciate your time being on the channel. And can I get you to agree to a follow-up interview about 6 months from now?
For sure.
Cool. All right, we'll do it then. Thanks for being on the channel, brother.